So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. Hey, Delta. 22 by 22. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing snap.
He'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Time will tell if that's an interception that rattles the rookie here. First drive on the road.
And you know the discussion going into the game? Centered on, okay, let's get out nice and easy, take care of the football, we're on the road. You're a youngster, let's not make mistakes early. But now the conversation will shift to, okay, put it behind you, move on. Long way to go in this one.
X3, 218, chopper.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Oh, you got deep?
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point good by Gostkowski, and that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now, after the touchdown, he'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26. Yard line just across the 25.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. It's that word that some people don't want to hear. But it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Littleton in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This will be fielded at the 17. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
It's our field. It's our field.
From the gun, it's Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 24. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. They find some open field here. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but
and he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Gostkowski the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be taken down here as the first quarter of play will come to an end. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And some room to work. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. C.J. Uzomah, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and good by Bullock, and that'll make our score 14-7. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. It they'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Carr now to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March, came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego, over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. On the tackle, it's Trey Waynes.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Bengals' 49-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Here we go.
Carr gives to Richard. Slipped 1 tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to the running game with Jacobs. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Down. You ready? Line 36. I got you, boy. I got you, boy. Bang, 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 bang. Hey, 734. Watch 36. 36. That's it.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball's still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down. Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. For the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
The Bengals drive about to get going. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had the incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Bill, 180. Mike 54. You're mine. Let's go. We got this. We got this. Mike. Hey, Echo. Mike 5-4. Let's get the ball.
On first down, Carr. This will be Carr. Tyrell Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
That's another Raiders first down.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Let's go. Let's go.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Gostkowski now converted for 3. Now he'll kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves.
And the Raiders have got him. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 41-yard line.
Get down.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. The tight end C.J. Uzama, the intended receiver. And now it's third down.
Here we go.
It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, this offense got to be loving this. After the long missed field goal, they'll take over on the other side of the 50, first and 10. On first down, Jacobs. And some room to maneuver. That good for 19 and a first down. He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along.
Jacobs now. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn it up. Kill, turn up.
They'll run on first down. It's Jacobs. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 or about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Push him back.
On the ground, Richard. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. 2nd and 10. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
7:34.
Shotgun now for Carr. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. It's complete to Williams. And they get to him after a gain of 6. To the 46. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And no pitch reach there, and no chance either, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be third down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt.
I feel like you and I could be in our backyard with our dads right now. What did they always say when they were throwing us the ball? Look it all the way in. Make sure you secure it. That had the feeling of not happening there on that play, that he didn't have full control of the ball.
When that punt's coming in, I've never returned punts, but I would imagine it's tough to monitor those guys coming full steam ahead at you.
It really is. You try and get that peek to know where they are, about whether you should fair catch it or not. But sometimes you just have to have a sense, a feeling, and just have to make sure, number one, though, you catch the ball and put it away.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eli Harrell gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tim Williams in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Check 59. Ready?
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, it's Jacobs. And he'll be well short of a first down as he's stopped again right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play as we have reached the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Check. 81. Here we go.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're heading towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 3. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. This quarterback now 6 of 17 throwing the ball, only 35%, but he does have a 1st and 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Let's go. 18 Gator. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Speed grip.
They'll drop the throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, this from 33. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game,